Goku and Spoitz are now both at their full power in Chapter 20 of Dragon Ball AF. Goku in Super Saiyan 5 and Spoitz in his new final form as well. Will Goku be able to defeat this new form even as a Super Saiyan 5 is still yet to be seen. Vegeta continues watching on in the background as Goku charges at Spoitz again, starting the next round. Goku throws an elbow with Spoitz barely able to block it in time. However, he's able to duck the next one. The two of them then take off and engage in an intense back and forth clash, but even though Spoitz may have looked a little disadvantaged at first, he looks almost as equally as powerful as Goku when he strikes back. He lands a massive combo and then another devastating punch that shocks Goku. Goku rebounds and stops his momentum, but by the time he looks up, there's a massive blast headed straight towards him. It makes a direct hit and causes a massive explosion, but fortunately, although it may have done a bit of damage, he's okay. So, is that all you can do? Spoitz asks as Goku lowers his guard, but doesn't seem the least bit worried by the look on his face. That's more like it from me, Goku says, with his tone completely shifting now. It seems that I've become too strong. I'm disappointed in your power, Goku tells him. I expected much more from you. If this is your maximum, I don't need to go all out. What? Spoitz says, trembling from rage and embarrassment at what Goku just said to him. My power disappoints you? Unless Spoitz is an absolutely ridiculous specimen that's been fabled throughout time, this view from Goku shouldn't surprise anyone, seeing as how they just fought a new version of an Omega Shadow Dragon in the previous arc. What the hell? Stop your bluffing, he demands. If you knew how many people I absorbed, it's impossible that a simple human being like you can defeat me. If it makes you feel better, think what you want, Goku tells him. But the truth is what it is. If you think I'm lying, then come see for yourself. Spoitz is infuriated at Goku's arrogance, but even Vegeta can clearly see that this fight is nearly over now, no matter what the alien does. He takes off and charges at Goku at full speed with all of his might, but the smirk on Goku's face is worth 1,000 words. Goku easily ducks under Spoitz's next attack and then responds by delivering a crushing punch of his own to his gut. His next punch rocks the alien, and then he kicks him with all the strength of his Super Saiyan 5 power, sending him crashing into the buildings below. Well, what's wrong? Is that all, Goku asks with a major case of Super Saiyan 2 Team Gohan arrogance. Spoitz gets to his feet, refusing to believe even after releasing his full power that Goku is still this much stronger than him, and erupts in an angry surge of ki. He flies into the air across from Goku and extends his arms out to his sides. Spoitz starts charging in obscene amounts of ki, but this stance? Goku easily recognizes it and can't help but wonder if it's the same technique. Nobody can defeat me in this world. Nobody, you hear me? Spoitz screams in anger as he releases an enormous final flash that apparently he was able to steal from Vegeta after absorbing his power. Goku, however, is never impressed by someone stealing someone else's power, no matter how strong they may be. He simply sticks out his hand, catches the final flash in his palm, and to the shock of Spoitz, and I'm sure everyone watching this video, Goku does one of the most badass things I've ever seen in Dragon Ball. He grips the final flash and crushes it in his fist, disintegrating it with his bare hand. Even Vegeta can't believe what he just saw, being able to stop such an attack so easily. Spoitz is stunned, and at this point, he knows he has no chance as his angry trembling turns into fear. He put everything he had into that attack, and Goku made it look insignificant. See? I told you so, he says. I don't need to go all out against you. How is it that such a guy exists, Spoitz thinks to himself. There's only one thing left to do. This is when he does something that we see all the scum in Dragon Ball do at one point or another. Spoitz immediately turns his attention to Vegeta on the ground, who's still much weaker after having his energy absorbed, and fires a blast his way, giving him no time to react. Goku, thinking fast, uses instant transmission to get between the blast and Vegeta and swats it away. Suddenly, Spoitz appears behind Goku, successfully tricking him by using Vegeta as bait, and before he's able to react, sticks him with his tail. Spoitz drains Goku of his power as well, and this results in Goku turning back into his kid form as Spoitz successfully takes both Saiyans' energy. Vegeta scolds Goku for not thinking and just protecting him mindlessly as Spoitz pats himself on the back for outsmarting them and being able to turn this situation around so easily. However, this is when Spoitz realizes that he doesn't feel any change, even though he absorbed his energy. Well, that doesn't change anything anyway. So what are you gonna do now, he asks Goku. This is when we notice that Goku still has his eyes closed and a perfectly calm expression on his face. Hey, he says. What's happening to you, Spoitz asks. You're in over your head. I already told you. I never let my guard down, Goku replies. What do you mean by that? All of a sudden, Goku fires his ki back up and transforms into a Super Saiyan 5 again? Spoitz can barely believe his eyes, but as Vegeta explains, Goku was able to fool him just in time. I had time to deploy a ki barrier before you tried to absorb my energy, Goku tells him. A barrier of ki, Spoitz stutters. How could he? I knew you would try to absorb my energy at some point, and I know you can't do anything without blocking my movements. How is this possible? I'm supposed to be the most powerful entity in the universe, Spoitz thinks to himself. I had to absorb so many people to become this powerful. So not being able to defeat a mere human brings me back to where I started. In the past, Spoitz's home planet was attacked and destroyed by a powerful alien. Spoitz survived, but he vowed to never have to go through that again. So he decided to do everything he could to become the most powerful warrior in existence. Afterwards, he threw his heart and soul into research with the aim of improving his own body. But there was a limit to the modification of a body made of flesh. That's when he came up with the idea of absorption capacity. If there is a limit to his own strength, then the solution is to take that of others. So he ended up modifying his body once again to get to the final form we know today. I thought that with this power of absorption, nobody would resist me anymore. Why? Where did I go wrong, he thinks to himself. The fight is over, Goku tells him. If you promise to never hurt anyone around you ever again, I'll let you live. Vegeta isn't so sure though and definitely doesn't agree with this. However, Goku says that there's no point in fighting anymore. The outcome of this fight is already known, throwing more salt in the wound. To tell you the truth, Spoitz begins, I wanted at all costs not to have recourse to this power, but I have no choice. I can't withdraw after such humiliation. What do you mean, Goku asks? You mean you're still hiding something from me? Since I have no choice, I'll show you my ultimate secret technique, Spoitz replies. Once in the afterlife, you'll regret humiliating me like this. This is when the alien starts transforming again, releasing a grotesque amount of ki, but this new form of his is far more terrifying than the last. Even Vegeta can't help but admit that this new outpouring of ki is troubling. Suddenly, Spoitz's ki erupts as his new form sends a burst of wind and blinding light throughout the battlefield. When everything settles, we can see Spoitz's new form almost looks like a husk of his former self. As Goku mentions, it seems like he traded all reason to exploit the depths of every bit of power he's ever absorbed. As if, in a feral state now, the alien shrieks before charging at Goku again with blinding speed and power. He hits Goku with a punch that, although he was able to block it in time, nearly crushes his forearms. The being he was fighting before is no longer there, as he eats a kick that sends him flying. He regains his balance, but before he can scan the battlefield again, Spoitz appears behind him once more. This is when he grabs Goku's arm and bites it, showing just how feral this guy is now, as even Goku is shocked at how wild he's fighting all of a sudden. He punches him to get him off of his arm, as both these guys are finally showing slight effects of fatigue from this long drawn out fight. You are really much stronger than before, Goku tells him, but you won't win against me with only your power increased. I'll teach you a trick before you join the world of the dead. In a fight, strategy is also very important, he says. This is when Goku gets serious again, as his arrogance and playfulness seems to suddenly have disappeared from his face. He charges at the alien full stop and lands a vicious punch, sending him flying into the sky. Then, after chasing him down, lands another attack, then another, before unleashing a flurry of punches on him. Goku reels back and lands one final decisive kick that sends his opponent flying across the battlefield, and now he plans to end this as he puts his hands together to charge a Kamehameha, saying, "Let's get this over with." As his opponent flies in the air, Goku takes aim and prepares a Neo Kamehameha at the defenseless alien, and in one of those signature Young Gigi shots, releases his attack and completely obliterates this threat from the realm of the living. In an enormous explosion, the battle finally comes to an end as Goku looks on and reverts back to his base form out of Super Saiyan 5. Vegeta appears beside him, saying that, looking at him, it seems Goku still isn't completely satisfied. No, I'm not, Goku tells him. Not at all. I really enjoyed it though. You're not gonna make me eat that, Vegeta replies. You only used about 10% of your power as a Super Saiyan 5, right? So you notice, Goku says. In reality, even with your Super Saiyan 4, you could have gotten rid of it. But you wanted to push it to its limits, so you decided to switch to Super Saiyan 5, I'm assuming? Well, yeah, you could say that, Goku says. Shortly thereafter, Goku and Vegeta return to King Kai's planet. You did a good job, Goku, King Kai tells him. Goku replies, saying that it was an excellent exercise. But finally, we don't know more about who this guy really was. After all this time, I guess there really is no one left to fight with you two on equal terms, King Kai says. With Goku now the strongest warrior in their universe, the world finally knew eternal peace. Is what we could say, but in reality, it's never really quite that simple now, is it? Because Goku and his friends don't imagine for one moment that in a few months, an enemy as terrible as they are powerful will come to shake the world in its peace. One that they would never have expected to invade their solitude. In chapter 21 of Dragon Ball AF, we officially start the legendary Super Saiyan saga as an unprecedented fear and despair is about to hit this world and change everything.